Alright, today I'm going to put together this computer system. We're going to start with our CPU. Our CPU has a nice golden triangle on it that will go towards the white triangle that is on the motherboard. Drop it in place, then take our retentioner bracket, pop it down, make sure it goes underneath the screw, and then just push down and lock it in place. This is an Intel system with an AMD. It's a little different. We're going to take our thermal paste and we're going to apply a nice little pea size on the center of the CPU. And then we're going to take our cooler, line it up with the holes, and we'll screw it down in place. I like to do a X pattern, sort of. So starting in the far bottom right, going the top left, and then getting it screwed in, and then going to the right, getting it screwed in, and then the bottom left. Now that we have our CPU installed, we're going to take our RAM sticks and install them. Starting with our first RAM stick, I'm going to just line it up in the back and then push down, get a nice little crunch. Then take our second RAM stick, slot it in slot 2 as labeled on the motherboard, slot 1 and 2. Now activate dual channel memory. And then we're going to take our power supply and install it in our case. So your case may be different. This one is a upper power supply case. It slides right in. Then we're going to take our motherboard, picking it up with all the port side facing the back of the computer case. Make sure all the wires are out of the way so you can just slide your motherboard in. Nice and easy. Normally you wouldn't have all your wires in yet. Boom, we're in. Now you'll take your screws. They'll look something like this. Maybe different for your motherboard or system. And we'd screw them into this hole that you see right there. Now, of course, I dropped it, but you get it. And then take our fan, plug it into the fan header. Now we're going to install all the various wires from our power supply. First up, we have our 24-pin power connector for the motherboard. It is keyed and notched, so you can only put it in one way. That is plugged in. Then we're going to take our 4-pin P connector for the CPU. Same thing as the 24 pin. Now we're going to take our SATA power connectors for our SSD and plug it in. It is an L shape. It is an L shape notch, so you can only plug it in one way. This is going to be difficult to show. That's what it will look like once it's plugged in. Then we're going to take our data cable for the SATA. It is also an L keyed, and plug it in. Slide it somewhere in your system. Usually other systems will have a back plate for where they can plug it in. And then we're going to pop it right in to the slot. Now this system has an integrated graphics card in the CPU. So if you did have a graphics card, it would usually go in the PCIe 16 slot, and you will plug in your PCIe supplemental power to it. It's very specific, simple. You just plug it right in, and the 6-pin or 8-pin connector. And that is basically everything you need. You have your other connectors here that are going to the front I/O plate of your case for various connectors. You got USB up here, and then in the back we have more USBs and our audio connectors. These cables here are for our Wi-Fi. Plug into the top of the card. They're small and difficult to plug in. You may have a different system that has already integrated Wi-Fi, and you just need to install the antennas. But that is the simple and everything that you need to know for putting in a system. There's a little bit more, but short video for what I need.